I mean, many people really say, and it's on social. You just got to find it, that they really give you high praise for your match with Kurt Angle. In the steel cage match, lockdown. I just saw someone say it's 5 stars recently.
Yep.
And I said, let me go back and check it out, because either A, I never saw it, or it's been a while. So when I saw it, I'm like, okay, yeah, where was I in this time frame? How come I never saw this? Great match. You and Kurt told a great story. Do you regard that as one of or your greatest TNA match you ever had?
I think for me, it's my favorite match that I've ever done. It's my favorite match that I've been a part of. It's definitely in my top 5. And it's just like interesting backstory behind that. Behind that match, we were given, we were told probably a month and a half, 2 months before that we were going to be doing this cage match. We were working a program that was going to culminate in a cage match at lockdown, and they were going to give us like 20 to 25 minutes. They were going to give us, which is a significant portion of time for a television show or a pay-per-view to be able to tell your story. So we kind of planned it out accordingly. Kurt, normally most people that I've ever worked with, we figure everything out on the day. Like, you get to the building, noon, you start planning things out. You might, if you know that you guys are working a week in advance, you might, hey, maybe we could think about doing this. But for the most part, it's done on the day. Kurt and I had that match sort of planned out, mapped out weeks in advance. On the day, Kurt came up to me, pissed. He was like, they're cutting our match by 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And then he looked at me and he goes, we're going 23. He goes, don't worry about it. We're going 23. I'll take the heat for it. Now, in the wrestling business, if you go a minute over your time, if you go 45 seconds over your time, you better have a good reason for doing so. You're going to be answering to the boss the minute you walk through that curtain, because it's television, it's TV. You have other people have to squeeze their times, and they've got to get, they got video packages they have to play. Everything is timed out earlier in the day. So, he said, we're going to go out there. And we went out and we did. And 10 minutes in, Slick was our referee, and he starts like, okay, guys, they're telling us to take it home. And we just kept going. We knew we're not taking it home. We got a lot to do. And I remember, like, Slick just like, he got a little more and more frantic as the minutes wore on. And he was like, guys, they're killing me. They're yelling in my ear. You got to take it home. And Kurt goes, tell them to fuck off. And which is funny because, like, he couldn't tell him to fuck off because he didn't have like an earpiece.
Yeah.
There was no two-way communication. And Slick just looked up at the camera like this and went,
like, what can you do, right?
And so true to his word, we came back through that curtain. Nobody said a word to me. None of the producers didn't look at me cross-eyed. They knew that it was Kurt, and Kurt took all the heat. The one person that said something to me was in office was AJ Styles, and he was kind of pacing because he was getting ready for his match that he was wrestling. He was wrestling Ric Flair that night, which was important to him. And he just came over to me. He goes, Ken, I know that wasn't you. I know that was Kurt, but I'm disappointed. And which is like, that's even worse than, I wish you wanted to fight me. I almost wish that he was just mad at me.
Yeah.
Because AJ Styles being disappointed in me is worse than all that.